Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spirit Medium, Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Ooh, here I am. Sounds like I'm going to haunt you with that announcement. Hello, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura, and I am delighted to be here this evening. So the show is called Spirit Medium Laura Mediumship and Messages, as many of you have tuned in before. If not, if you're new to the show, welcome to listening or participating, as you can do so by calling in this number, 347-945-5849. That's 347-945-5849, and you will enter the queue to be in for possibly me speaking with you. I can't usually get to everybody during the show, but I try my very best. At the beginning of the show, I'm going to focus in on mediumship for the first 30 minutes or 10 minutes or so. Actually, let me break it down a little bit more than that. The first 15 minutes of this hour that we're spending together, I will be doing some chattering, talking, and there'll be a group message. There might be a little bit of a blog kind of thing of what's going on in the world, in my life. Perhaps it's relevant to yours. And then after the channeling, I will be doing mediumship, which is connecting with those who've transitioned to the world of spirit. And then for the remaining 30 minutes or so, I'll be doing a mix of messages, meditation, manifesting, mentoring, and medical intuitive intelligence, as well as mediumship. So you never know what's going to happen on the show. It's always so hold on to your chairs, because I never know what's going to happen. But it's a lot of fun for sure. There is a website for the show, and the website name is spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And most of what I'm about to say will be on this website, including the phone number that you would call to be in the queue. Also, to get a sale on readings with me, that's item 1 on that page. You can get 25% discount as a listener of the radio show, as well to win a private session with me. You simply join the mailing list. It's explained at item 2 on spiritmediumtv.com, and we do have a winner for January. Yay! Which I don't really have a first name. I'll have the email, but I did email that person, so that's been done. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. Donate 8 and jump the gate. Item 3 on spiritmediumtv.com allows you to make a donation, which goes in part to help animals, so that you may be taken for sure, ensured that you will be taken this evening to speak with me. And we do have somebody, Anita M., who has made a donation. And thank you, Anita, so much. I will be getting to you later. I have your phone number here, so I'll find you soon. But I'll do the mediumship before you, because you're wanting a life connection, life reading. And oh God, this is unbelievably interesting. You can watch the show live. I have a live video feed there at the bottom of spiritmediumtv.com of me right now looking like a fool in front of a camera, which is being recorded. It goes out to different social medias and also goes to YouTube. So this is not only a blog talk radio show, it's also a TV show. Can you imagine? Boy, do I like to stretch the truth. But yeah, I mean, it is. It's my own TV show, right? It's my own TV show. It's just the network is not via Comcast or what have you. So here I am. And there you are. And this evening we are going to be talking a little bit about what's going on in the world. Then I'm going to do a meditation / channeling for group message. And then we will go into the readings, the sessions. So what is happening right now in the world? Well, tonight is the Iowa caucus, where they're going to vote for who they would nominate for each respective party. I tell you, this year I'm usually not a person that would like to watch political stuff. At least when I was younger, I didn't. But I find it very hilarious this year. I don't know about you guys, but we're talking about from the devil to the deep blue sea, right? It is so interesting. So I've been enjoying that. So just a reminder about that going on. And then something that happened in my own life, which I always think that what's going on in my life, maybe there's something I can pull out of this that you might find interesting. Uh, and one of the things that happened to me this past weekend is I went to a meat market party, one of those parties where everybody's looking very good, or, everybody's got to look perfect or whatever. And if I want to kind of get into that, I'm sure you've all experienced this at one time or other where you feel that other people are superficially appearing to be better than you. And in the past, I might have sort of like, I usually do one of two things. I either become sort of overly aggressive and start talking to people to push myself out of that mode, or I would just evaporate, become a fly on the wall, like wallflower, I guess is a good way to put it. But this time I just said to myself, this is not, I'm not going to do a fight or flight. I'm not going to either become very, very active because I'm frightened of being overlooked, and I'm not going to fade away because I don't feel good enough. Instead, I just said, I'm going to just be here, be at the party, and allow whatever happens to happen without me feeling or reacting in any way. And Buddhists would call this mindfulness. I wasn't trying to do mindfulness. I just had a new response to the environment. So it's a Zen kind of thing. So there I stood on the sides, observing this, observing that. And it's funny, just as I was starting to feel really comfortable, just enjoying being in the party buzz, looking at all the different people and all the different conversations, all the excitement, Spirit was testing me. Okay, so up wanders a woman. It was very statuesque, very pretty, and I had a man who I was talking to casually next to me, and he says, "Oh, she's gorgeous. She's just Now I might have in the past said to myself, "Oh, I feel so unattractive now," but that's not really what's going on, right? He's not saying I'm not good. He just was experiencing what he thought of her, and so I was starting to have a clearer experience of what was really going on. And I'm saying this all for a reason, because quite often we can be in judgment of situations rather than just be in the situation. Okay? And so when people talk about being in the now versus being out of the now, that's kind of what they're talking about. It's like, am I judging things? When you're judging something, you're up in your head. Okay, you're analyzing it, you're making judgments from the past or maybe from what you've been taught, but is it really reality? So if you can move from your head to your heart, that's just sort of like being present, the power of now, as Eckhart Tolle would call it. You can have a completely different experience of the same situation, and the experience would be more accurate and, most importantly, would be more empowering for you. So the next time you start to feel anxious about anything, could be of not feeling good enough, or it could be anything. You might be maybe in an argument with somebody. You start to feel anxious. Just step out of it for a moment and just be there. Just be present. And assure yourself that you don't have to be this or that or anything other than be present. And watch what happens. Watch how whatever fear or anxiety or upset you might have had just sort of like drifts away. It's like a state of non-performance, a state of simply being present. There's lots more I could say on the subject, especially how to get into that state of mind. I just naturally slipped into it yesterday, but just thinking to myself, I don't have to be anything other than here. So you may want to use that as your own tool, is just remembering that when something is troubling you, to let go of trying to fix it and realize you don't have to be anything but present. Sometimes it helps to ask for higher power to help you, which is, by the way, one of the cornerstones of 12-step programs is letting go and letting a higher power take over for you. And this is very, very, very much similar. So next time you're anxious, you're trying to fix something. That means you're trying to fix it in some way. Let it go and see how peaceful you feel. And from there, you start to experience miracles. So that's our little chat for this evening. Next thing I'm going to do now is our connection for channeling. And so what I'd like all of you to do, if you're listening, especially if you're in the queue to receive a connection of some sort, I'd like you to sit back in your respective seats, uncross your arms and legs, and start to focus on your breath from your abdominal area, allowing yourself to get very light and dreamy. Breathing in deeply, breathing out deeply, feeling very, very centered, very, very present, very, very light and dreamy. And as you do that, if you're waiting for an other side connection, if you're in the queue for that, please call in your loved one or loved ones that you're hoping to speak with this evening. Call them in from spirit. If you're waiting for a life question or healing or something like that, please ask that your needs are met this radio show or that you get your answers later on. Please ask Spirit for help. And as you do that, I will silently go off and do the prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now back to all of you. What I need you now to do, on your next exhale of breath, I need you to release into your space your energy, and I will connect us all. One moment, please. Okay. A lot of light pink today in the audience, and also coral. Coral is the color of creativity, and light pink is the coral of unconditional love. And I believe a lot of people need mothering this evening. It's sort of like maybe you're calling about personal issues, creativity issues, love issues, relationship issues. That's all. I just kind of get those perceptions. So give me a moment now to call in the ones, the group of souls that have been channeling through me for group message this show. We are here. We are the ones. Indeed, we have come to be with you this evening to enjoy your presence and company, and we hope that you enjoy our presence and company. We are all here to work with you on the other side this evening. We would like to speak to you about the spirit world and what it truly is, at least from our perspective. As beings on earth, it is hard for you to understand what we mean about the other side, what it is like. It is not like anything that we can really explain easily to you, but we will try to do so this evening. Truly, what is the other side like? If you as a human were to go into the other side, you would be immediately mystified, because the other side is quite different from Earth. It has no meaning or context to what you are looking for or what you're used to. The only thing that we can say about the other side is that presence is known. Presence of a higher power, presence of the all-being love, presence of yourself, and also connection to everyone and everything. On Earth, this presence is less evident. It's more difficult for you to sense your higher power, or God, as it were. It's also hard for you to understand the feeling of love, or even that you are connected to others in any energetic way. But in spirit, you are feeling this constantly. It is as if you're in a pool or a wave of energy that is connecting all of you all the time and moving you all the time through these channels of synchronicity, of energy, of feelings, of love, of music, of vibration. When you enter spirit, you start to feel that you're connected to everyone as if you're in a deep pool of loving energy. As well, you do not have a front or a back or a side or anything. You have a sense of self. You have a sense that you are unique from others, but you do not have any boundaries to the sense of self. You have a sense of consciousness. You do not have a sense of limitation. And so when you connect with others, there are no words needed. There is simply a connection. When one connects to others, one knows that they have connected because the information is produced for both parties. So you can exchange ideas. However, ideas are not intellectual. are more spiritual, or a knowing that goes between the two of you. Intellect, or being in the head, as you would call it on earth, is not of spirit. Yes, we do have ideas. However, they are not intellectual. They are feeling, they are sensing, they are knowing, but they are not abstract. They are being. And so, spirit world is being, whereas earth is feeling, knowing, experiencing, all these other things. This is why it is important to return to spirit world when you are on earth. The more that you sense your beingness when you are in the flesh, in the physical form, the more peace that you will have, the more that you will be aligned with self, with soul, and with source all at once. And the more that you will have pleasant experiences that have a certain energetic flow to them, you will feel safe and you will feel less anxious. And so we would like to remind you then to always go to source when you are feeling anxious. And you find source by relaxing into your core. You may find it in your heart center, in your throat center. This is truly the place where you may make the connection to your own soul, and from there you may connect to higher realms. We invite you to now think of yourself as an energy being that is connecting to higher source. We will ask you all to close your eyes for a moment and focus on your upper chest area. We will do this with you. One moment. Feel yourself. Feel your kindness. Feel your goodness. Feel how you truly feel. As you get in touch with your own feelings, you are better able to connect with Source. And you will also know more of what the spirit world is like. Spirit world is the world of being. It is not the world of knowing. We will go now. Namaste. So I don't know what that means really, but I like what they said. It's interesting. But I guess what they mean is that when we live on Earth and we're abstract in thinking terms, we don't have that sense of what energy is and the sense of being. So when you move from your head, intellectualizing things, to moving to your heart, which is feeling things, being more visceral about things, that is a technique to do what I suggested earlier when I was talking about being in the now. Okay. And so I'm going to go to one of the first people that's waiting for an other side connection, and that would be Allison. Okay. Hey, Allison. Hi, Allison.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay, wonderful. Now, where is area code 303?
Well, the area code is Colorado, but I live in Arizona
Oh, are you in a warm area right now or in a cold area of
now.
Arizona?
No, I'm in central Arizona, and I would guess it is probably about 30 degrees or so outside, and we just had a big old snowstorm.
Oh, God, okay. Well, you're not escaping the cold then. Okay.
No.
All right, so let
Not
me...
in Phoenix.
Not in Phoenix? Okay. So what I'm getting here is a feeling of a male to you in spirit on the other side. I don't know if this is who you want. I'm just going to develop it a little bit, then come back to you, okay? May I do so, please? Okay. Father. Okay, more like a father figure, older person to you. Okay, kind and subjective personality. Looks more like is carrying a little bit of weight in his midsection, and I don't see him as terribly tall. He's more like a mid-level height. Okay, he's trying to show me his face and a few other things about himself. Why are you saying that, sir? He says obtuse personality. He was difficult to understand, not very good at expressing his feelings, but very loving and kind nevertheless, and sort of like a soft touch to his personality versus being very hard. But not very demonstrative, not very outgoing, but kind of a quiet, soft personality. I do see his face a little bit better now. He has a thicker nose and thicker lips, and he has his eyes are inset a bit, and he's got a strong brow over them. The hair is on the graying side. It looks like it's a little bit longer than conservative, but not hanging long over the collar or anything. Not much longer than just a little long around the face. Do you understand this for anyone you'd know, please?
You have described my father almost to a T. He was a big man. He was tall.
Okay.
But
everything else, is it correct?
He also, the personality is spot on. Very difficult man. Very, very hard to, I don't want to just say grow up with, but be around. But he had very kind heart to him, but you also are a little bit describing the grandfather, I think, whom I never knew. But I don't think my grandfather had the hard personality that my father did.
Okay, so we're just going to go with Dad for now, okay? And I'm assuming.
I think that could be him. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll develop it a little bit more. The lips he's got thicker lips. I don't mean that they're terribly thick, but I have very thin lips, so but he has thicker lips and a wider nose, a stronger nose, and he's got a strong brow bone, and his eyes are a little bit inset. He's very kind. Okay, he says, I have a very kind personality, very loving personality, but not at all demonstrative, and never spoke about my feelings. I have kind of like a cooler temperament. He says, but I love you, Allison, nevertheless, and always try to do my best to participate in your life, although I was not there quite often for times that were really needed. Because I was a bit self-centered about my own self and my own work or my own interests. He also seems to say he was away from home a lot. Do you understand this, Allison?
Yes.
All right. He says, I left you alone a lot, the whole family. He says, and I apologize for that. He says, I didn't really mean to do that during this past lifetime, but it was something that I felt I needed to do to pursue things. He says his hobby. It's not even for work, but for something else that he was doing he liked to do. You understand, please?
Yes.
Okay. He says, I left you all out in the cold a lot. He says, I shouldn't have done that. He just means figuratively left, wasn't around a lot for important days, like even holidays. Sometimes he's not at home at the right time, although he finally comes in, he says, later on. But he says, I was a little bit selfish, he says, for sure. He says, now I realize that. I didn't realize it when I was on Earth. And he says also he kind of believed when he was on Earth that if you don't follow your feelings and what you really want to do for yourself, it's such a fleeting time on Earth, you really have to do that. So that was his philosophy for life, although he may not have expressed it, Allison, because he's not very vocal, you see. Okay, he says, I would like you, sir, to give me one or two other things, please. Okay, you gave me a physical description and a personality description, but I'm looking for one or two other things, please. Home life was bad. Oh, home life was bad. Didn't enjoy my home life at all. That's why I was trying to, you understand? Okay, trying to create a rift between the family. I was trying to be away from the family because I wasn't happy at home. He says, yeah. So I'm so sorry, Allison, he says, for doing that. He says, I wish I could have been smarter about it or knew how to handle it better. Now I understand this, but then I didn't understand it. He seems to bring me into his chest area as if there's heart disease or something to do with heart. That's one of his problems. Do you understand that, please, for Dad?
It was one of them, but it was not the fatal one.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I see that. He says he has heart disease, and heart disease runs in the family. But okay, he didn't say what it was then. We'll leave it at that. I don't need to pound it out of him. If he wants to explain, that's fine. I just try to get one or two things about their health issues, if you will, so we can get that. I like that for evidence. He says there's a few people around the house that he didn't like. He says, he says, well, I guess, right, he's saying
it was my mother.
I know, he's going to say, he says, your mother was one of them. He says, I didn't get along with her at all. No. He says, I was not very nice to her. I was fresh. So he's admitting that. He says, and she would take no nonsense from me. And so we did not get along well. And also we did not hide it from you and the other children very well. We were not really very considerate of your feelings. There was a lot of stuff that came out in the open, and you were privy to all of that. He says, Allison, you've done a good job of clearing this out from your past and moving forward to your future. He says, I'm very proud of you, what you've done with your life, how you're taking care of yourself and your family, your own family, and where you're going in life. He says you will have many more accomplishments to come. You've already accomplished a lot, but you have many more accomplishments to come. It's not over yet, he says, for you. And he's trying to give me something here that's specific. Hold on, Allison. Okay. Are you musically inclined, love?
Yes.
Okay, because he's showing me something like as if you actually play an instrument, or that you love music. There's something about you and music's very significant. He says that's your true love. He says pursue it now. It will be returned. The effort will be returned to you. So
it's just an enjoyment. As a child, I played the piano, harmonica, things like that. I'm a world's worst, god-awful, horrible singer. Not carry a tune to save my life.
Okay.
It's the same way. And I love listening to music, but I am not a musician. It is not a career. It's a love, but it's not my life path at all. It's just something in my life that I love.
Okay. What about?
My dad was the same way.
Now, why do I get the sense of a trombone or a wind instrument?
Well, it's not the piano, that's for sure. I've never played a wind instrument aside from the recorder, and that was just a little brief hobby.
Okay, not a problem. So he's just giving me a sense of you liking music, and he's just saying, pursue your hobbies or pursue what you love. You don't have to go play an instrument or be a musician, but just encouraging you to do that. You said he was a musician also for hobby. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's just making conversation here. It doesn't look like there's anything really that's going on in your life that he's trying to talk about. I could check with him again. Do you have any questions or anything you want to ask him?
There's a huge thing going on in my life.
Okay.
Actually, it's happening as we speak. The house that he designed and built, not by himself, the house that he designed and built is, and the only home I've known, really, is being sold. Next week, it is going to another person. I have huge amounts of emotional issues, things going on, a lot of grief, not just because he recently passed, but the house now that is part of my own life is being turned over to someone else. So a lot of feeling around that. I have horrible insomnia. Horrible insomnia through all of this right now. I'm just barely keeping it together, to be honest.
Can I ask you, there's some kind of recording playing in the background that I hear?
Sorry. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, honey. I'm sorry to hear that about you. Your father, true to form, is has not volunteered information on that subject because it's true to his personality. Let's go see if he will comment on that now. If there's anything he can say to help you or soothe you about this. So you're wanting to know what the disposition will be of this finally. It won't. I don't. From what I'm getting from him, I don't feel it's going to be working out to your favor. And that is, I don't mean to be cruel or harsh about it, but that is what he's saying.
I understand the house needs to be sold. I understand the house. My stepmother is not in any position to take care of that house. Certainly not by herself. I have no issue with the house being sold at all. It absolutely needs to go to someone else. But that doesn't take away the feelings that when you lose your significant parent, you also lose some of the other things that go with that parent. And in this case, it was the house it was his house. That is part of the loss of my father.
Right. Okay.
So it's not. So please don't misunderstand. Like I think the house should be kept. It's not my house. It was his house, but therefore it was also connected to me.
Right. And so what he's saying is that there will be a loss and there's no way to go around that. I can't seem to get him to say anything to soothe you other than it's going to happen and you will get over it eventually. He says, and then you'll move on to much more wonderful things. And that was what he was foreshadowing before, is to focus in on what you do love, like music and other things, and that will be your path forward, my dear. That will be your path out of this. So soothe yourself with the things that you do love. And music is an inspiration. It's inspirational to you. He says, and it's a way to connect. It's a way to connect with him also, because he loved music as well. Okay.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sweetheart. I'm so sorry for your loss, Allison. Thank you for calling in, love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, love.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to go to Karen. Wait a second here. I'm not sure if Karen was the one waiting the longest for other side. Then there was another one before her. Okay, I'm going to Shannon. Hold on. Where'd Shannon go? There she is. Okay, hello, Shannon. How are you this evening, darling?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing just fine. I took a nap before the show, which always helps so much. I don't know why I need to nap, and I tell you, for some reason. I have great energy when I'm awake, but I do need to nap a lot. I guess it's because I'm half feline. I'm half cat.
So you can be refreshed.
Well, yeah, it makes a big difference to my ability to do the work that I'm doing now. You know, I have a fresh, clear head. Okay, so for some reason or other, I felt earlier, and when I talk to you again, I don't know why I feel this for you, but are you trying to get in touch with a younger person that's like a boy?
No, but that's strange.
Do you have boys? Do you have children?
No, I don't have any kids.
Oh, okay. Well, there's something about your energy that just makes me feel like there's a male to you in spirit that's around you that's not much older. He's more like either a peer to you, or it could be a brother or something, or a friend. But I don't feel like, I could go there. I just want to clear that feeling first. Are you looking for someone that's a peer group to you, please, that's male?
No.
Okay, let me just see what else we get for you then, love. Shannon, and she's from 210. Okay, I do see a loving mother figure there for you as well. And okay, now she's showing me herself. Interesting. She's got shorter hair, and it's kind of rounded around her face as if it's layered, and it's got some curls to it. Whoever this is. And I don't know. There's a little bit of a weird feeling about this, but I'll go ahead with it, if you will. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody you know that's a friend, not an exact mother, is why I'm saying this. Her nose is pointed, straight, kind of straight. She's kind of petite, or she gives me the feeling of being petite, and she's got this roundish hair to her. Very, very cute. And she's got something going on in her lungs and her chest area. Now, from the broad stroke of it, do you sense this as anyone you would know, please?
Not off the bat. You said she's young?
No, it's a mother figure to you, or grandma. Older, gray hair.
Yes, I have an idea.
Okay, yeah, she's an older woman, and she's got something going on in her lungs. You understand that, please? Her lungs are a problem. Yes. Okay, right side. She says right side of her lungs was giving her problem for a while. She's got a high voice, very sweet, very thin. Okay, she shows as thin. She shows as senior, very old. She's got this kind of energy to her, like reminds me of. Do you ever watch The Golden Girls?
Yes.
You remember the old mother that was on that show? Was kind of spry and kind of big mouth.
Yes.
Your grandmother's got that energy to her. She's kind of hopping around. She's got this woo woo. She's really high energy, kind of fresh kind of person. Very sweet. Nothing wrong with her, but just what kind of person has got this energy to her and probably would say what was on her mind. I also get the feeling, as a matter of fact, she might have been a little bit saying too many things every now and then, might have even embarrassed some people in the family. I get the feeling that there's a male under her. So this could have been either this means you have an uncle, if it's your mom's mom, or it means that it's your father's mother. It's just going to continue a little bit more. So she says, she's just filled with energy, okay? She's very happy to be here. She says, you got to get out of the house more to you. And she says, you're sitting home too much. You're not doing anything for yourself. She says, it's not good for you. Okay, it's just not good for you to be home so much. You got to get out and you got to do more things. Now, are you in a cold climate? Where's 210? Is that California? Where is that, honey?
I'm in Texas.
Texas? Not that cold there, right?
No, right now it's 83.
Oh, wow. Are you in Houston or what, southern Texas or where? 83? San Antonio. Wow, it's nice there. Whoa, it's hotter than where I am. I'm in Florida. Oh, I'm jealous. Anyway, she says that boy of yours is a handful. Now, you don't have a son, right?
No.
Okay. I don't know who this boy is because she's starting to talk about a boy also. You have a boyfriend? Or
No.
okay, I don't know what she means by that. Let's just, maybe you know, I don't know. Let her talk a little bit. Let's see where she goes with this. Okay, Grammy, what are you talking about? That boy of yours is a handful. Okay. Now, did you break up with somebody?
No.
Okay. That boy that you let go a while ago, he was a handful. That's what she's saying. So you don't have any breakup in your past, a marriage in your past, nothing like that.
No, which is strange.
It is very strange. But anyway, this woman she's a ball of energy. She's got a very original kind of personality, does things her own way. You know, typical kind of, I shouldn't say typical, there's nobody typical in Texas, but people in Texas are known for having a mind of their own. And she's got a mind of her own, you know, individualists in Texas. And she's like an Annie Oakley or something. You know, there's no don't cross her in any way because she's going to give you a mouthful. She says, but I was also very loving and kind when I had to be. And she says, I think she even took you into her home from time to time, take care of you, to do what you needed, whatever. Was your mother away a lot, honey, or did you have a time when you were spending it with Grandma a lot? Because she's giving me those words right now.
We just wasn't close.
You just weren't close?
No.
Okay. Did you spend time with her at all, though, love, even though you weren't close with her?
Well, you talking about lady who passed or my mom?
I'm talking about, I think this is a grandma of yours, yes?
That could be my grandma. That could be my aunt who was like my mom.
Okay. Well, I think it's the aunt then that's like your mom because she's saying that you used to go stay with her sometimes, like maybe that.
Yeah, I did. I stayed with her because I wasn't close to my mom.
Oh, there you go. Okay, she's saying these things. You know, she says I would take strangers in. She says she's a person that would speak her mind, a no nonsense kind of lady, but she also has a kind side to her. I'm reiterating what she said a moment ago, just so you have it clear. And she says I would take you into my home quite often. She says because. And then she was going into some reason for it. And she said your mother was away a lot, or maybe what she meant was you didn't get along with your mother. But, you know, there she goes to saying that beforehand. So that's evidence for us to understand what's going on here. And she has something in the throat, though, and in the chest area, and it's cancer. Do you understand that, please?
No, I didn't know she had cancer.
What did your aunt die of, honey?
Well, they said a heart attack.
Oh, okay. So when I said there's something going on in the chest area, it's the heart attack. Okay. All right. I must have just added in the cancer then. Let's let that go. I'm trying to clear her up here so we get a really clear connection, honey, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay. So hold on for a second. Okay. So she's like an Annie Oakley type, a lot of energy, high-wired personality. I don't let anybody get in her way. No nonsense kind of lady. Would you agree that that's your aunt, please?
Yes.
Okay. And she says, I love you very much. She says, thanks for taking care of me towards the end of my life. She says, I needed you around just as much as you needed me. Did you spend time with her then, honey?
Yeah, I saw her quite often because we lived in the same complex.
Okay, well, she's thanking you for that. You know, you really brought a lot of life and sunshine to her, Shannon. Okay, and it may not be the person you're wanting this evening, okay? But we're going to leave it at that for now, and call another time, and we'll give you more detail maybe on somebody else you're looking for. I do feel there's a male around you again, and I'm surprised you don't have a... Who are you wanting to speak with? And maybe this is going to illuminate us a bit, because there's some male floating around near you in spirit.
How do you say that? Because I keep feeling the male presence in my house.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
And I don't know who it is.
Whoa. Interesting.
That's when you said that, I was like, huh.
Exactly. And I'm saying the same thing. Huh. Because I feel very strongly that there's a male around you in spirit, floating around you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, are you concerned about that, honey?
A little bit because it's not nothing negative. I don't feel anything negative. I just feel like sometimes somebody's there and I didn't invite them in. Sometimes I'll walk like towards the refrigerator and I'll see paper like if someone's blowing the paper.
Yeah.
There's a fan there and it blows the paper.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I don't have any windows open. My AC's not on. What the heck, you know?
Yeah. Well, what you need, and this is true for everybody, by the way, if you do feel presence around you that's uninvited, you just simply tell the soul, this is your space, this is your domain, and they're not welcome there. And then you say, I'm sealing this space, and you send them to spirit, to the light, and you ask for protection, from God or whatever your favorite protective spiritual presence is. If it's Jesus Christ, if it's Archangel Michael, or whatever, Mother Mary, whatever it is, you just ask for protection. Once I woke up in the middle of the night, and there was somebody in my bathroom that was in a soul, and I was in one of those frozen dream states where I couldn't scream or anything. I was like in a halfway state. And I'm looking at this soul, and it's wandering by me. It's looking at me. It leaves the bathroom, looking at me, and then it goes in the hallway. And the only thing I could do was send it a message. This is my space, and I now clear this space. Go away. And then the soul went away. So you always have domain. That's your domain. Just close the door, basically, by saying your intention. This is my space, and I now call in divine love to protect me. And please go away. Not please, just go away. Okay, my dear?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, honey. Thank you so much for calling in this evening, love. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, honey. Okay, and so I'm going to now look for Anita, and she is at 561. Hold on, I need to see if I can find it. There she is. Hello, Anita. How are you?
Hi, Laura. I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, honey. Sorry to keep you waiting so long, but couldn't be helped. Okay, sweetheart. So go ahead and just give me your question. No background, okay?
Yes. It's my career, and I have an interview tomorrow for a new job, and I just want to know if this is the job for me that I'm going to find joy and happiness in.
Okay, let's go to the job for Anita 561. Yes or no job? Yeah, it's a good job. And good for you. I'm just not quite sure you're going to get it. I'm going to look at that for a second. It is a good job for you. There's a lot of career opportunity there. A very fast-paced environment. There's a lot of candidates for the position. Seems to be a lot of competition in that place for that particular job. And so I feel that you may not get it, but that doesn't mean that you can't get something you very much like it. And the most important thing is the takeaway from this is that if you don't get it, and I can't say right now because there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts, a lot of other people going for it, that you should look for something similar in another organization. And what I'm getting is the organization would probably not be as big as this one. This one is very, seems to be larger, or more people want to work there. Something about it seems more energetic. So that's what I would recommend is if you don't get this one, but I think there's a good chance you could get it because you're a very good candidate for the job. But if you don't, just continue to look for that kind of job, because the wonderful gift of this experience for you is understanding better what you need and the kind of job that you should be having, because it's illuminating to you to understand this or to see this for yourself. In other words, now I understand what I should be doing, how to translate this into the right kind of position for myself. You'll be helping a lot of people in this work. You will they're trying to give me words here. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening in the job or in this kind of work. The whole industry is changing, and you'll be at the forefront of change. It's a very progressive kind of work. It's a healing work. There's a lot of newness surrounding it in terms of technology and the way it will affect people's lives. You have been selected by Spirit to be part of a wave of souls that have come in to work in heralding in a new era of working with people on Earth. It's a healing kind of thing. What are you going to be? What is the job about, Anita? And I'll translate some of that to you.
What's the job about?
Yeah. What is the job title?
It's a healthcare company. I'll be in basically a legal kind of role, as well as like a healthcare.
Okay.
Kind of advising and defending nursing homes.
Defending nursing homes. Interesting. Well, did you hear what Spirit just said to you?
I did.
It's interesting, very interesting that you have a role here in defending nursing homes or doing something. Maybe there's people have complaints about the way they were treated in a nursing home, and you'll be in a legal environment being supportive of that. So that's very important soul work. So if you don't get it for this one, because there seems to be a lot of competition, there'll be other ones very soon that'll be coming up. It's a very good fit for you, and you're supposed to be doing this kind of work. Okay, my dear?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, love. God bless. Bye-bye. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to what I can find. Oh, there's another person who's made a donation. What was that? Lena. Okay, coming to Lena. Trying to come to Lena. Hello, Lena. How are you this evening?
Laura.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, love. So go ahead, honey, and just give me your question. Do not give me background, all right?
I just want to know about my career. Am I going to be moving location physically?
Yes, I do feel that you will be moving. And I do feel that you kind of want to. It would be very benign for you to do that. It's kind of like following your heart. And it's very important that you do move. It feels like it'd be a breath of fresh air for you. I feel something about north of where you are. But maybe not that far away, actually, but just north of where you are, northwest of where you are. Did you have anything in mind? Because I'm getting northwest of where you are.
That's exactly where I was going. Yep.
You're going to like it very much.
Anything is north. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to like it very much. It's important for you to have a change because, well, actually, they're telling me something about a merger in your life. There's something about moving that will allow you to connect better to other people. Maybe you don't feel very connected where you are right now, almost like maybe there's a shallowness of the people around you, or you're just not relating well to the venue, to the environment. It's kind of like, all of us have a place that we flourish in. We each belong in certain locations. And if you're in the wrong place, you may not feel right. You may feel the people you meet are just not like you. So what I get is that you will feel more connected and that you will be able to connect better with other people socially, not just in terms of work, but socially, where you're thinking of going. So you're going to like it very much there. Now, I get the idea that it's not that far away. It could be like north of in Florida, like Tampa or Sarasota. Where are you thinking of going? Because I don't see much farther than that.
Exactly. You said it. Sarasota or the Tampa St. Pete area. Yep.
Well, all right. Well, there's your confirmation. You see, that's exactly where you belong. And you're going to find that you're going to gel better there. I feel Sarasota right now a little more strongly than Tampa. I feel one of the reasons is that area is very soft, spiritual, more of a smaller kind of community or community feeling there, which is what you're really needing. Okay? And that you're going to like it very much there. And you're going to feel a peace there. And it's going to allow you to merge with your soul as well as with others. And I don't feel that your work is going to be all that great to begin with. In other words, you may just do something that's menial to begin, but then eventually you're going to get roots there and you're going to be doing a lot of creative work there. It feels to me like you're an artist or you have something that's very creative that you need to do, and it will open up in that location.
Wow. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much, Laura.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye, sweetie.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye. She has a beautiful energy. Oh, but we all do, don't we? Okay. Okay, I don't think there are any other donations. Okay. I need to go to people who are waiting longest in the queue. So, bear with me for a moment while I go to Karen. Did I get Karen before? No, I don't think I did. Karen, I didn't get to you, right, honey, before?
No,
No.
not yet.
Okay. Yeah, because I only do 2 other side connections in the beginning, so you were the 3rd one, and so here I am back to you. Okay, sweetheart. There's a father figure for you in spirit, and there are a few other souls. Let me just see who wants to pop through. Karen 970. More father. I keep feeling that the father figure is most important for you. Do you have anybody that you're wanting me to go to, honey? Because I don't have a lot of time left.
Right. It would either be my father or my first husband.
Okay, so I'm going to go in that area. There's like a certain energy that's calling to me, and it could be your husband as well. I don't know yet. Let me just see who wants to come through out of the 2 of them. Earthiness is our name, and being with you our game. Oh, that's kind of funny. So there's something about both of them. They're sort of talking in a combined voice at the moment of something about being very earthy personalities or work salt of the earth kind of people. I don't need you to confirm that yet. Let me just see where they want to go with this. Hold on. Who wants to talk first? Father. Okay, come on, Dad. Come on out. Come on out, sweetheart. Okay. Something about him is very no, you're 970. Where is that? Because this feels very southern or very country, whoever he is, this man. Where are you calling from, honey?
Well, I'm calling from New Mexico, but that's not where he was.
Okay. So I get this feeling of him being very earthy, very country, very nice man, very kind man, very outgoing man. Seems to like animals a lot, but he also seems to be around them. So I don't know if that means he's on a farm or what that means yet. Okay, just don't know. But he has a sense of nature or affinity to nature. He's a very kind person. He's also says he's skilled in caring for horses. Now, this is very specific. Does this resonate for Dad, please?
No, not Dad.
Your husband?
Perhaps, no, more like my grandfather.
Okay, well, let me just develop it then, because he says he's skilled with horses, and it could be your grandpa then, okay? And then we'll see where that goes. Very skilled with horses, loves animals, loves being around farms and that kind of thing, more into nature than the city. Big guy, tall, handsome man. He says rugged type. It seems to carry a little extra weight on him. And also there seems to be interesting. Sometimes I don't know if I'm making this up or if it's really him showing me this, but it seems to have something to do with American Indians also, as if there might be some Cherokee in the bloodline. Do you understand that, please?
Well, now I'm going with a totally different person, but yes, I would understand that.
Okay, good, because he actually shows me down his back. He kind of morphed the hair. One was long ponytail, then back to short hair. But he was telling me something to do with Cherokee ancestry. There's a beautiful family we have. We're all together now in spirit. We've been around you for most of your life. He says, I'm glad that you let us come in. I don't know why he uses us. Must be others that kind of go with him that are around the situation. There's also a male that's under him, down the family line from him, that's also with him in spirit. I wonder if he wants to show me that male, and maybe that male relates to you. Maybe it's your husband. I have no idea. I'm just going to go with it, love, and we'll see where this is all going, because this guy hijacked it. He hijacked me. Okay, so please come in, sweetheart. Okay, so there's a family member also that's there with him that you're wanting to speak with. And he's also saying this is more your husband than the other soul. Well, it's going to either be her husband or it's not going to be her husband. But more her husband, we can't take more. We got to take either or. I'm talking to him, this guy in spirit. Hold on. Okay, it's your husband. He's laughing a little bit. Okay, so there's a man that steps forward. I need you to show who you are, please. There's also a name that appears to me, or I hear the name. Doesn't necessarily have to be your husband's name, okay? But there is a Joe or a J-O. It could be Josephine also. Joseph or Josephine that pops in. Let's see who this man. This man is here. And who I see now is a man that has more of a narrow, he's got a narrow athletic body. His brown hair. He also, why he would show me this, I don't know. He he says he comes from the south. Now, does that have anything to do with your husband, honey? That's in spirit, coming from the south.
No.
No. Okay. Okay. I also hear and I'm going to give you whatever I'm getting, so I have no idea why they would be saying this, but a Confederate soldier. Now, the Confederates of the South of the United States. Are there any bloodlines in your family that are from the South, honey? Because I keep getting... No? Okay. I don't know why we're getting this person then. Okay, Sarah, step aside. But you do know the Cherokee person who likes animals and nature. That is who is prefers the animals and nature. And then he had somebody with him that's a male. And I'm trying to develop that soul for you. Now, the Cherokee ancestry, would that have to do with your husband's family at all then?
That could be, yes.
Okay, because I think he's trying to pull your husband in, but I can't get him in for some reason. He's sitting there but not wanting to speak. Okay. All right, now we're getting more. Okay, so now I see a man who has a bulkier build to him, a taller, handsome. This is a handsome, rugged person. Now, I mentioned those words before, but there was some reason why we went off. We were hijacked in a different direction. Was your husband, who's in spirit, was he? Would you say he was ruggedly handsome and had a kind of good build or a stronger body type? Would you say that about him, please?
Okay, I have two husbands on the other side. So is this what I need a little better description to know which one it is? I think I know which one it is, though.
Well, we're talking about the Cherokee family line, and then there's a male there who's rugged and handsome and very well built.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they both had some Native American blood in their family line.
Okay, all right. Well, then let me go further, love. Yeah, we got a lot of richness in your other side connections here. Okay, so who wants to step forward, please? The younger one of the two, and he laughs a little bit. Okay. He shows me hair color in its original color was more of a caramel brown. Okay, has a little bit of a wave to it. Handsome looking, very good looking man, kind of all American features, even though might have some Cherokee blood in him. It reminds me a little bit of a Robert Redford type, but Robert Redford is short. This man has more of a build to him. Does that resonate for either of your, well, the younger of the two? Does that resonate, please, for this person that you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's here with you, sweetheart. He comes in from the other side. He steps into the room with us. He says, I love you very much. He says, thank you. Because he says you had some care. You involved yourself in caring for him at some level. Do you understand that, please? Caring for him, taking care of him. He says he appreciates all of that nursing that you did for him to take care of him. He apologizes for being a burden on you because it was no longer your responsibility to do that for him. He says it was truly an act of selflessness that you gave him, and he will always, always remember that. And he says to you, kind deeds do not go forgotten, or they're never forgotten. He says you will be rewarded when it is your time. He says thank you for that so much. There's a girl. Do you have a daughter, honey, on Earth, or does he have a daughter on Earth?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that daughter, he says he send her my love. He says take care of the family for me. He says I'm with you all always. Look out for your health. Take care of yourself now. He says it's rough. It's a rough winter. He says winter is coming because we're in winter. I don't know why.
90 seconds.
I don't know why it would say winter is coming. He says just take care of your health, take care of yourself. He says I love you very much and thank you so much for caring for me. He gives me the sense that there was cancer or something like a wasting away that took his life. Do you understand, please?
I think so.
Okay. All right, my dear. I'm going to let you go, my dear. Karen, thank you so much for calling in, honey.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry for your loss, love. God bless. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
60 seconds.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for calling in today. Wednesday, we will be doing, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, a similar kind of show. And if you'd like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. If you mention radio shows, the event code, you'll get a 25% discount. Have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
What the hell's going on here?